Hello everyone, welcome back to Void Heart Studios, and my hair is probably a mess today, but today we're going to be reviewing a very cool blaster. Today we have the Nerf Rival Jupiter. I absolutely love this blaster, and I am so glad that I was able to get one, because these things will run you ragged on sites like eBay or whatnot, because it was a really expensive blaster when it came out. I think when it first released it was like $150 for the targeting set, and then it went down in price over time to like $50, but still. This thing was expensive. It still is, and it's still rare. But I went to the first meet I had with my Nerf club that I joined, or with the Nerf club I joined, and somebody there had a Jupiter that he was giving away for free with a big bucket of blasters. So I got the Jupiter. And yeah, let's get into the overview. This is going to be weird because I have to hold it this way so you can see the honey. Up at the front we have a muzzle. This is not an N-Strike barrel lug, nor is it any sort of lug or collet or anything like that for any sort of attachment, because this is Rival. They didn't do attachments, aside from like 3 rail ones. And up here is the flip-up front sight. It just does that, and it corresponds with the rear iron sights, and it works pretty well. Down here on the bottom is a Rival tactical rail. This was meant for an included bipod. Sadly, the person who gave this to me at the meet on Saturday did not have the bipod. And so I have a bipodless Jupiter, which is fine. I typically, whenever I'm using Nerf bolt rifles, I like to hold them, so yeah. Up at the top here you have your internal magazine loading port, and what's cool is through this little window on the side here you can actually see the internal magazine. And this magazine holds 10 balls, but you can actually put 11 balls in there, so yeah, you can have 10 plus 1 if you wanted. Up at the top here is another Rival tactical rail. This is meant for some sort of optic. Weird it did not come with a scope. Like, it could have been a great opportunity for Hasbro to actually have a magnification scope, like a scope that you can tweak the zoom and stuff on, which would have been cool for like their tactical targeting thing they were wanting to do with Edge. But yeah, this is an Edge series blaster, as shown by the fact that it is bright lemon green and named after a Roman god rather than a Greek god, like most of the Rival blasters of that era. And yeah, back here is the priming area. This is a bolt action blaster, and it is a realistic bolt action blaster. So what you do is you lift up on the bolt, pull the bolt back, which opens the magazine port so you can load the internal magazine. Push the bolt forward, put it down, and then you can fire. I'm of course left-handed, so I have to do it like this. Yeah. On the other side here we have an unjamming button. When the blaster is primed, you cannot prime it again. This allows you to override that lock and then pull the bolt back so you can get into the chamber, just in case you get your balls in a bind. The trigger is really cool. It looks kind of like a blade, kind of neat. This here is your safety. If it's in the down position, you cannot pull the trigger. When it's in the up position, you can pull the trigger. Now back to the stock. This is a really nice little thumb hole stock, but this cheek pad is really weird. It's made of it's made of plastic, but it's made of like a soft, rubbery plastic. Very different from the hard plastic the rest of the blaster is made of. But it's very, very soft, very smooth. Feels very comfortable to rest my face against. And so, yeah, it's a really, really comfortable stock. And then down here at the bottom of the stock, we have a monopod. This was meant to go in tandem with the bipod. So if you wanted to, say, post up and just kind of shoot it from a table, because it also came with a target that had a little bell in it that went ding when you shot it. Again, I also did not get that target, but it's fine. I have my own funny little target, which we shall see in a little bit. So the monopod, to extend it, you press on this orange button and pull it out. It's got a couple different levels of adjustment, and it has a spring return. So when you're done using it, all you gotta do is just hit the button, and it pops back in. So yeah, that was our external overview of the Nerf rival Jupiter. Now, let's go outside and see what I've done to my range. So we're out on the range. I have my Dart Zone soft target out at about 30 feet, which is the maximum engagement distance for rival before the balls start really falling out of the sky. And instead of a range test, my outdoor video footage is going to be an accuracy test. So let's get into it. All right. I'm gonna aim a little up. Oh, safety's on. Oh, and I got AccuRival, by the way. Hit. Miss. Hit. Why are they pulling so far to the right? Hit. There's no wind. Why are they pulling? Okay. We got like 2 or 3 hits. That's weird. I got rival rounds, specifically the orange ones they did in collaboration with Overwatch. We shall begin the second round. Hit. I'll call it a hit. Hit. Okay. Pocket. Yeah. Bugs. Miss. 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 Hit. 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 Regular rival had a better score than rival AccuStrike. They're still pulling to the right. I still kind of had to adjust myself to even get them to come somewhat close. But I'm trying to fire as stable as I can, but with how hard these are pulling to the right, they're all going to get a 0 out of 10. I don't know if it's an issue with the hop up in the blaster or what, but they all seem to be pulling a little low and to the right. We'll have to see how the Chaos balls fare, because they usually like to squirrel around. We got a wind. Seems like we got a left side crosswind, which is, it's gonna make him pull even more. All right, let's just keep going. All right. All right, we're out. So, that was interesting. Let me go tally my score and get back to you inside. We are back inside with the Jupiter. Now, the range test was weird. A lot of my other rival blasters are definitely more accurate than that at 30 feet. I don't know if it was an issue with the wind, because the wind was kind of changing around a little bit. And it could have been a hop-up issue. Who knows? But rival has always been meant for play at around 25 to 30 feet, kind of just a little farther than most normal elite ranges. But yeah, other than that, the rival Jupiter is really fun to use. I've always really enjoyed this blaster whenever I would get, or the one time I got it as a lone blaster at a public venue in over in Denton a couple of years ago. I loved it. I messed around with it. I enjoyed it. Didn't have any of the pulling issues. So that may be an outdoor problem or something with this model. Who knows? But yeah, I really enjoy using it. The bolt action is fun. It can be a little gritty at times, but it's not a hard prime, and it feels good to use. The cheek rest feels nice, and if you can find this blaster at a reasonable price, I would go for it. But most times you're going to find this guy on eBay, it's going to be like upwards of $50, upwards of $40, and like, especially if you're trying to get one with the bipod or even with the target, you're gonna be forking over a pretty penny for this thing. And if you deem it worth that, go for it. Or if you have a cool guy in your Nerf club that's willing to give you one for free, I would take him up on that. Because this thing is really fun, and I feel like it would be worth what you spend on it. Even if you just use it as a plinker. What is weird is I got better score with regular rival than I did with AccuRival. Now, that may have been because my brain subconsciously adjusted my aim a little up and to the left, but who knows. It may have been something like the wind. That's always the sort of issue with doing range test outside, and especially with a slower ammo like rival, especially with a slow and light ammo like rival, because rival loses muzzle velocity pretty quickly and then uses how light it is to kind of hang in the air for longer. It's the same thing with stuff like Vortex, where it doesn't have, really high muzzle velocity, but it's a very light foam and plastic disc. So it's gonna scream pretty far out there. And I mean, I definitely noticed that I had a headwind at one point. I think I had a left side crosswind when I was doing either the rival or the chaos rounds. But I'm gonna learn as I go to see whether or not I actually should try to hit the target, you know, all 10 times, or all, you know, as many times as I have in the magazine, or if I should just point at the target and let fate decide where the darts go. Y'all can give me suggestions in the comments, and I'll come to my own decision come next review I do, which will be probably in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on how I decide to do my video schedule, because I have the next few videos pretty well planned out. But yeah, that was my review of the Nerf Rival Jupiter. I really enjoy this blaster. I feel like most people would too. It is a little awkward for left-handed people, but that's whatever. If you did enjoy this video, then please do leave a like and subscribe. All the algorithm nonsense. And comment your favorite Rival Edge blaster. Is it the Mercury, the Jupiter, the Saturn, or should they have really released the Edge Helios and Kronos? They really should have. That's the answer. They should have released the Edge Helios and Kronos, because the Kronos would have come with a holster. And Helios would have come with a drum. But yeah. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, then please do leave a like and subscribe. Comment your favorite Rival Edge blaster. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.